Okay, we're almost halfway on our first session for today. It's a tri-fit, so we've made adjustments on the bike, but we still have to make adjustments on the rider's body. At the same time, make few adjustments on the shoes. So I'll keep you updated what's going to happen in this fit later on. Alright, see you guys. Okay, we just finished working with our client's body. After aligning the body, we asked him to walk for a while to give time for the nervous system to adapt to the changes na ginawa natin. But for now, I just want to give you guys an insight about saddles. Okay? What you see here is a very beautiful dash saddle. It's very light and it's known to be very comfortable, very expensive. Okay, but one thing na I want you guys to know is in saddle selection, please be aware that it doesn't mean that the higher the price, the more comfortable the saddle is. Comfort cannot be bought by any, hindi mo pwedeng bilhin yung comfort. Okay? Yung presyo ng saddle, it will not mean na pag mahal, mas komportable. It doesn't mean din na kunwari comfortable sa akin, comfortable din sa'yo. The best thing to do is test the saddle talaga. There are some people na ang gumagana sa kanila yung murang saddle, and then there are some people na the expensive ones will work for their body. So, again, one tip, pag bibili ng saddle, huwag hanapin yung pinakamahal. Ang importante, hanapin nyo kung ano yung magsusut sa katawan nyo. Sa next mga videos natin, I'm gonna share on how to look for a saddle based on what you feel in your body when you're riding your bicycle. Because most of the time, saddle pressures or you're shaking sa body nyo, it's not because of the wrong saddle. It's because of a wrong fit. Either the saddle is too high or it's the wrong angle of the saddle. Okay? Okay, this is our client's first time to ride a tri-bike, so we prefer putting him in a position which is more sustainable at first, so we get to know the bike first to be more comfortable with the bike. So our goal for today is for the rider to become more comfortable on the bike first, and eventually after a few months go back to us and go start putting him in a more aggressive aerodynamic position. The other day, someone asked me, ano raw yung favorite na pedal system ko? Honestly, as a fitter's perspective, for me, it's Speedplay. Bakit Speedplay? Not only because it has a dual action, you can clip in on any side of the pedal, at the same time, in terms of adjustability, Speedplays offer the easiest adjustability for a user or a bike fitter. It offers the maximum adjustability. You can move it side to side, up and down, fore and aft, without affecting the angle of the shoe. Although this one is a light action, this one is preferably more for those na nag-start pa lang sa clits, like mga beginners or gusto pa lang mag-start sa Speedplay. But if you're more used to using Speedplay, I highly recommend yung Zero. Bakit? Yung Zero, pwede mong i-control yung float. You can make it zero float, or you can add an angle on the float. Unlike this one medyo hindi mo ma-adjust yung float na. So pag ginaapakan mo siya ng heavy, may feeling ka na konting nag-slide yung paa mo. Not only Speedplay is very adjustable, side to side, fore and aft, up and down, but another thing that I love is it comes with a walkable cleat cover. So yung cover protects the pedal. Although mas expensive yung Speedplay versus other pedal system, but in terms of adjustments, in terms of power transfer, and in terms of reliability, I still prefer Speedplay. So if you're looking to buying your new pedal system, please look into getting a Speedplay. Thanks, guys. So we're on to our next client. We have here JD. Say hello. Yeah, JD got into an accident, messed up the bars, and now complaining about upper back pain. So the accident cost him a new bar. So we'll see what we need to do when we'll get back to you guys later. Okay. So earlier si JD complaining about main pain and shoulder pain. So one of the things that I need you guys to be aware of is the position of your hoods and the bars. Because usually, if you have your bars, as close as this, yeah, as close as that, yung mangyayari, masyadong may stretch yung shoulder nyo, it will put a lot of stress on your neck and your knee. Kasi hinahabol mo yung harapan. At the same time, puts a lot of stress on the ulnar part of your wrist. Then, ang problema naman, pag masyado naman siya mataas, like this, itutulak niya naman masyado yung shoulder mo, sa neck naman siya, sasakit. At the same time, masakit din sa distal part of your wrist. So, importante, hanapin niyo lang yung tamang angle, kung saan comfortable yung kamay mo, dito, at naka-align siya na ayos. Plus, pagdating ng rider sa hood, sa drops, maabot niya pa rin yung shifter in yung brake lever. Kailangan neutral, comfortable siya on the hoods, comfortable on the drops yung rider. So these are the things that I want to share to you guys in fixing yung shifter position and drop position of your bicycle. Okay, thanks guys. Alright, just finished working on the third bike of the day. This bike just showed me how much my fitting changed for the span of several years. My client was complaining about knee pain, and hopefully we were able to solve the problem, but it showed me how awful my fit was several years ago. So hopefully the changes will translate to better riding for my client. And just finished working on the fourth bike for today. So our client, bumalik siya after a month of telling him to do core training and mobility exercises in his body, and it really helped a lot. Okay, so for me this is a very good day because doon ko napatunayan na yung core exercises, mobility exercises, it helps in making people more stable on their pedaling on the bicycle. So we've worked on a total of 4 bikes today. So I think the best things that I could share you guys what happened today is, first thing, I worked with a triathlete earlier. Just a triathlete, it's very important na tatanungin natin kung yung goals ng triathlete, especially if it's their first time riding a tri bike coming from a road bike. So maninibago pa sila sa position. So it's good that we put them in a comfortable and sustainable position first, kung may enjoy mo nila yung bike. Then eventually, as they get used to the bike, then that's the time you go in a more aggressive aerodynamic position to give them time to adapt on the changes in the geometry of the bicycle. On the second bike, another thing that I need you guys understand is when buying handlebars, let's say for example you got fitted, and then bibili ka ng bagong drop bars, you want to make sure you measure the drop in the reach of the handlebar to be able to get the same exact feeling nung dati mong handlebar, because a small change on the reach or the drop of the handlebar will definitely mean big changes in the position on your bicycle. It could lead to either discomfort or strain on your upper body or your back. That's why you always want to make sure that you measure the equipment that you have. So when you're buying a new equipment, you get to have the same measurement when you install it. So you still get to keep the same fit coordinates. On the third bike I've worked today, yeah, like what I said earlier, it's a very good thing I saw that guy again, because it showed me how much my fitting changed over this year. So I was like telling myself earlier, wow, did that fit? It was awful. So good thing he came back, so we were able to update his position to a more comfortable position. He was complaining about knee, then we saw that his pedaling is not in the correct position that would be able to help his biomechanics. So we adjusted it to make sure we would be able to provide more power, at the same time be able to pedal with no pain or discomfort on the knee. And the last client that we have, this guy who owns the Allied, it showed us how important mobility and flexibility plus core exercises really helps with people and positioning them on the bicycle. So that's it for today. See you.